Hello everybody, Marty McConnell, the Off-Grid Gecko here, and today I'm going to be working with this compost heap that I kind of started. So I started off the day while it was early and not quite so hot. Went ahead and cut some grass over there. You might notice this thing is only half as long as probably the last time you saw it. Yeah, I broke it again. I guess that happens, but I need to start making these. This part where this middle handle comes through needs to be a little bit beefed up, so I might start with like a bigger log or something. I don't know. We'll worry about that later, but it still works, and I've just been cutting with it like that for about a week. So this is not a standard backyard compost heap, as you can probably tell. There's no box around it. It's not closed in, and it is actually shrank considerably from when I started. So when I started, it was about this tall and a little bit bigger around than what you see now, and it's all consolidated, mashed up together, and I've turned it twice. So basically I moved all the stuff over that way, right next to where it is, and then pulled it back and moved it back over this way just to keep rotating all that good stuff. And it's only been out here 2 weeks and it already smells composty, so that's good. So what I did was I cut a bunch of grass, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy, and if there's enough like dirt type stuff in here, I'm actually going to build this up bigger again. If not, I'm probably going to, if I don't see any signs of like that it's really getting on with the process, then I'm probably just going to move it over here like I did last time, except I'll layer it with the new grass, and then whatever I have left over, we'll go back there in the apiary to keep the weeds down. And I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot today, so I'm going to be working over there, I'm going to be working over there. I might launch a rocket or something if I keep this little light breeze that's coming through now. Anyways, let's get started, open this guy up and see what we got. Basically going to pull off this top layer and use it to lay out an area over here where I can designate as, you know, the footprint basically for my compost pile. And this is just a simple rock rake. Yeah, it's very composty. All right. So this is what I'm looking at. Whoop, get over here back in front of the camera. You can probably see, maybe there's like some little light part. You can see a little mildew and a little mold like running in between these things, and those are like the little micro part of the microbe flora that's gonna like decompose this matter. And it smells just like when you buy a bag of compost from the store, so obviously something's going well with this. My goal here is actually to get this to compost fast. So this stuff looks like it's good to go. I'm going to start piling on some of the grass from over here, and I'm probably going to need my gloves because there's like some prickles and some thorns in there too. This stuff, the thorns have all kind of fallen off of, so I don't have any problem handling it, but that stuff's freshly cut, and I'm just going to mix it in with this. So this will be my browns basically, and then that stuff will be my greens. Now on the original pile, I had some straw put up that had already dried out, and it's amazing. You get this like a foot off the ground. Like anything you can do to get it a foot off the ground, even if it's sitting out in the rain, it'll dry out instead of, get that weed out of the way. It'll dry out instead of composting. But if it's sitting on the ground, then I guess the little microbes and bugs can work their way up from the ground soil, even this rocky clay soil, into here, and they can start decomposing the matter. So it's kind of something to think about. And of course, this isn't the standard method of doing this, so it's an experiment like everything else around here lately. But it's one that's actually working out well for me. So what I did was I layered, like I cut fresh grass that morning, and I layered fresh grass, dry grass, fresh grass, dry grass. And of course, when I say grass, I mean stuff this size all the way up to 5 feet tall, little saplings, just whatever's coming up in this prairie. So all the prairie flowers have gone to seed for the spring flowers. So the process of knocking them down spreads those seeds out, and it also allows me to harvest lots and lots of biomass. And part of my plan is actually kind of what I'm doing today. So as I continue to manage this, I'm going to keep adding more and more material to it, and I'm actually hoping that by the end of the fall I can get a row going and use this as like a starter, like you would use a yeast starter to accelerate the composting process and keep it going, and manufacture this, maybe not on an industrial scale, but at least on a farm scale where I can make my own compost. I'll get to that in a minute. First, I'm going to show you why I'm going all nuts about composting. Meow, we're coming in sideways. Okay, so there's my beans. As you can tell, all small plants, just like last year. But they are producing lots and lots of beans, and actually there's some in there that need to be picked right now, so probably have me a nice little brunch snack on them. My kale is kind of dying back for the year finally. The peppers are producing a little bit, but they're small plants. I don't think anything's going to come of these Romanescos, but I'll keep going with them anyways. And you'll notice I'm putting grass down in the beds, and you can see the difference between where the grass is down and where the weeds are allowed to grow kind of on their own. It's really done a good job of suppressing them. That's actually really clear over here by the tomatoes, where the spot where the grass is, you know, it keeps the area around the plant nice and clean. But this is the interesting thing over here. Have you ever seen a cucumber plant this small producing flowers? Okay, so I want to get these guys growing bigger, and the soil over here kind of sucks because it's virgin soil, number one, and it's also full of clay and little small rocks. So we want to amend that with like organic matter that can be worked back into the soil. And I don't even know if I'm going to plant sunflowers at this point this year because, well, I got some little ones coming up everywhere. But just basically spend the rest of the year trying to get this dirt like as good as I can get it. Just a little quick interlude here. This is our Prunella vulgaris, all heel after it's dried. If you want to get seeds out of these little guys, this actually, if you shake it, it sounds like a little salt shaker. All you need to do is get a bunch of these little heads and then some white paper or a board or something to do this on. And you basically just mash these guys up and shake them, and you can get quite a bit of seed out of these. But I think that'll about do it for this morning. The best time to do composting is in the morning, for sure. Number one, there's already some like dew on the grass, and it's a little bit weakened from the night, so it's easier to cut. It's kind of like putting on shaving soap before you shave. It loosens everything up in the night, and it's not so bloody hot in the morning that you're just working up a sweat. So most of this grass I actually cut before I took off to town this morning for my normal town thing, get my energy drink. This is how I do it. We'll see if it works. So far it appears to be working, so hoping that it continues. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks, special thanks to the people who are subscribing. You guys are all helping me get to like 1,000 videos or 1,000 views a day, which is awesome. And I've been kind of maintaining there. So yeah, if you've been telling your friends, keep telling them. And I just want you to know that I appreciate every single one of you. But that's it for this video. So maybe I'll make some more later. Bye.